Hey, what's up? It's a Figure Hunter, and today I want to talk about a slightly different subject than we normally address, and that is a request for help and in exchange for the chance for you to win some pretty great items. So over the last months on the channel, I've highlighted a specific Apple Watch app called WOD Insight as one of the best for tracking your CrossFit training and your CrossFit timing. It's one of the best sort of timing chip apps, as well as it fundamentally ties in multiple different benefits. And in that time, I've gotten to know the developers for WOD Insight. Fantastic group of developers that, as I have given recommendations, they're quick to incorporate the recommendations to make the app more user-friendly and more impactful and beneficial for training in your CrossFit experience. Well, one of the developers is based in Ukraine. And she's somebody that I've gotten to become friends with, as I've become friends with all of them. But she's somebody that also is just an impressive person that actually had a very large tech design, software design job here in the US, and just gave it up to focus on more value-driven projects or projects that she could find more inspiration to really dive into the work, and moved back home to Ukraine in order to do that work and to be with her mom and her family there. So obviously over the last week, there's been a lot of heavy-heartedness with regard to what she's gone through, with them having to flee the capital, with them having to sort of hide out in the mountains with her mother and other family members sort of in a state of distress, trying to figure out how to get them out of the country, and with her decision to stay in the country to use her skills to work on cyber attacks on the government. So what I wanted to do is ask for support from anybody that has sort of an inclination to figure out, maybe they want to do something more with the situation in Ukraine. This is in no way a political post. This is in no way a stance on anything other than a lot of people are suffering due to the conflict and issues in Ukraine. So what I wanted to do, I did some research on some of the primary publications from the Washington Post and ABC News and Today Show on different charities. And one that I found struck more of a chord with me is a charity called Razom. And I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Razom in Ukraine is the word for together. And what I liked about them is they're specifically focused on coordinating medical supplies. They're focused on a volunteer base, as well as coordinating with other world volunteer entities. And they're a true 501c3 established here in the US. So the donations are tax deductible. Plus, they've been held up by a bunch of different organizations or different news outlets for how we can help. There are a lot of different, charities for supporting the children that are affected by this, the refugees that are affected by this, or the people that will become refugees through this. But in my mind, the most present and immediate need is medical supplies. So in their website, and so I'm going to put down below a link to their website, as well as to a link to their emergency response section, which is where we can donate. And within the emergency response section, it'll go into a deep dive. You can see a lot of details there, but they're primarily focused on medical supplies like tourniquets, blood loss issues, combat gauze, and supplying basic things like that to people that are in the field facing significant physical and medical injury because of it. And what I like about them as well is they started in sort of late 2013, so they've been around a while. They really found more of a solidity in 2014, and their whole premise and point is to develop a better Ukraine, or a better life for the day-to-day for people living in Ukraine. So over the years, when there was a fear of martial law in 2018, they really rallied people and rallied funds together. And when that sort of settled down and didn't turn out to be as bad as they thought it might be, they transmitted all those funds to culture and education and civic engagement. In 2020 and 2021, through the pandemic, they have been very involved with PPE and medical equipment and meals being distributed to people that had a specific need from the pandemic's effects. So they've been on the ground and coordinating with surrounding countries, as well as entities here in the US, to make a big difference. So I'm going to put down in the description below links to Razom, as well as the specific donation page for their emergency response unit and the emergency response team. Like I said, it is a 501c3. It is based here in the U.S. It has been highlighted by the Washington Post, ABC News, the Today Show for a good place to consider helping. I do believe all those other charities will have a definite need, but I think those needs might come secondary in this initial effort because the medical impact or the overall physical ailments that people are going to suffer in the country are going to be more first and foremost. So what I want to ask is for anybody that feels a need to donate to the cause. Now, I am going to put links to Razom, but obviously that's just the one that connected with me. So it's open to whatever you want to donate to. And in exchange, I'm going to raffle off or pick at random somebody to win the Fossil. I can't even remember what the series number for this is, but one of the Fossil Wear OS smartwatches, as well as another person to win the Mobvoi Earbuds Gesture, which actually one of the best for communicating. Actually, they're one of the best as far as sound quality to other people on the end of the phone. And if I can get them to reset, I'll actually add in a third item for the daughter Freedom Buds. So from the daughter audio. So the simple way that you can register for the chance to win is donate, comment down below that you've donated, and sit back and wait. So I will sort of reach out to get your address if you are one of the winners, and we'll communicate by email, and I will want you just to let me know, but please feel free to let me know in the comments below if you are donating, to what cause you're donating to or what entity you're donating to. And my preference or my request is, I do think if there's any way you could donate $25 or more, that would make at least some sort of baseline impact rather than donating like $3 or something, because there's an exchange rate, there's issues with how much the funds end up being at the end of the day. So if you could focus on $25 or more, and focus on Razom as maybe a first consideration for where you would donate, and then just let me know in the comments below that you've donated. And when we connect by email, if you are one of the winners, then I would love to hear about who you donated to and what difference you make and what difference you're making and that sort of thing. So we're going to take just a quick second just to look at the devices that you may have a chance to win so that you can get somewhat excited about the possibility, and then we'll come back together and close out. Okay, so here you have it, and we're going to look at them just sort of one at a time. The sort of premier chance to win is the Fossil. I think it's called the Garrett. I fell in love with this watch, definitely because of the AMOLED screen, definitely because of the overall layout, but because it looks so incredibly sharp as a watch. It looks like a diving watch, and then when you couple it with the AMOLED screen with the always-on capabilities like you're seeing here, it is just super, super sharp. Now, it is Wear OS, and so you can functionally download Wear OS apps. I haven't checked to see if certain apps aren't capable on this version of Wear OS, but I believe it's the most recent version other than the one that was released on the Samsung Galaxy 4. All the basic sensors, and you can connect to all the Wear OS apps that you may have a liking to. The battery life is a little bit short, but it's just a beautiful watch all around. So that's the Fossil Garrett, and the second is the Mobvoi Earbud Gestures. So these are super unique earbuds in the sense that they have some pretty cool technology with the gesture control, as well as just the overall control of the earbuds. But the biggest thing I like about these is the sound quality on the other end is actually a big factor in many earbuds I test. The sound quality on the receiving end of this is really, really great. So the call quality and clarity for somebody talking to you on the phone when you're using these is fantastic. I found that the overall volume level to be a little bit dim, but all in all otherwise to be a great set of earbuds. So that's the second item. And the last item are the daughter audio, Freedom Pro or something like that. I'm having a hard time resetting this. These have been a little bit finicky. Now when you link them and have them tied into your device, they work and function fantastically. There's an automatic noise cancellation built in. They're actually retail at $150, so they're high quality earbuds, but the reset process hasn't been quite working. So if I can get that working, then there's going to be a third winner. And as I said, I'll continue to look for other chances to add other prizes in all this. So there you have it. There's a handful of devices, and if I come across other devices that I really think might be beneficial, I'll add a fourth or fifth winner. I'm really, wanting to give back and to say thanks and to give you guys a chance to sort of feel compelled to donate, maybe, as sort of a sideline benefit of not just helping the cause, but having the chance to win. So it's a 3 simple step process. Donate, comment down below, and sit back and wait to see if you're one of the lucky winners. It's the Fake Gear Hunter. Thanks so much for watching.